Throughout my time as a streamer, I've had highs and I've had lows. I've learned how to deal with both and push through the doubts. I've walked an interesting path, and for me, it is only just beginning. Hello and welcome to episode 8 in the Echoverse Unlimited Show. I am your host today, the Twisted Echo, as usual, and I am going to be talking about my personal favourite topic, me. I'm going to be more focusing on my streaming journey and how things have gone since I started out nearly a year and a half ago, which is crazy to think about. It's coming up to nearly 2 years, actually, which is actually mental. So I'm going to be talking about chronologically how I think it's gone. I'm going to talk about my pitfallings, what I'm proud of, what I'm not so proud of, what I do differently. So if you are thinking of picking up a camera and going and streaming, then this is the video for you, because I'm going to be going through my advice as a experienced streamer to anyone new to start out, and also I guess if you've recently just started, then I might be able to impart some wisdom. Also, if you are an experienced streamer, maybe even more experienced than me, which is probably quite likely, then please do put down in the comments what your own tips and tricks are for streaming, what you think goes well, what you would advise if you were speaking to your former self and saying, right, you're going to start on this, you're going to do this, don't do that. And what would you say to anyone who's thinking of picking up a camera? Because it is a very daunting thing to do. So I'm going to try and cover this as much as possible. And at the end of the video, there will be a little surprise. So stick around. There's your reason to stick around. You'll get a first look at something coming all to all social media in the next few days. So that's pretty exciting. But without further ado, let's get into year one of the Twisted Echo's streaming journey. Okay, so year one is what we're going to start with first, or as I like to call it, chapter one of the Echoverse. So we begin with humble origins, me sat in my room, bored, speaking to a friend and saying, should we just try streaming? And he was like, yeah, let's try streaming. So we created our accounts, I, the Twisted Echo, and I can't even remember his name now. But yeah, it was a pretty good name. I don't remember what it was. And Young Scully, that's it. So Young Scully, he's still in the Discord, which is quite funny. And we began our streaming journeys with Red Dead Redemption 2. Now we played online and it was a blast. We had a lot of fun. We were having great banter. It was probably quite entertaining content, if I do say so myself. However, there was one issue. The second someone joined to start talking with us, or even watching us, we would bombard them with messages and talk at them, without even having chat up. So a viewer would join and I'd be going, haha, that's so funny, oh my god, playing Red Dead, that's great. And then as soon as they joined, I'd be like, oh my god, hi, I have a viewer, Carson, I have a viewer, shh. Hey, how are you? How's your day going? Welcome to the stream, I'm the Twisted Echo, otherwise, and I'd basically chat at them until they left. And that was probably quite scary for them, just coming into a random stream and just having this dude without a face, because I didn't have a camera at this point, just shouting at you down the mic. And it was just because I was excited. I was like, oh my god, someone is watching me right now, and it was a huge rush. But I highly recommend don't doing that. Always have chat up, so if people respond, then you can talk to them as and when they would like to. But if there's just viewers, sometimes people just like to sit back. I do it sometimes and just watch the stream without getting involved, without typing in chat, maybe even reading chat if you're in a bigger streamer, and just seeing where the flow takes you. And that's completely okay. They shouldn't feel pressured to talk to the streamer. So my first mistake was I was very over-friendly. And I've changed that now. I'm now absolutely horrible to everyone who comes to my neck. But I do try and be reserving. I have, say, 3 viewers, which is how it's been recently, and one person is talking in chat, the other 2 can just sit and watch. And sometimes with the games I play, like Life is Strange, which I'm playing at the moment, that works. That works really well. So that's my first tip, is let people comment what they're comfortable with. If people say hello back. Talk to them about their day. Ask them questions. More than fair enough. Once they stop responding, don't put pressure on it for them to come back. They may have gone over to do something, or they just might have lurked. And that's okay too. Next, I'd say always be grateful for the support that you get. If it's a lurk, if it's 1 bit on Twitch, subscription on YouTube. People are given your time, and that should be the most valuable thing to you. And I think at the start, that is something that I am proud of. Off the bat, any time I would get any sort of reward from a streamer or from a viewer, well, sometimes streaming in the point of raids, and stuff like that, I would be so grateful. And I think that is something key, and people deserve your respect for being in your channel. And that's why I always appreciate the first 3 people who I had in my few streams who managed to get me to affiliate. And that was Ash Mischief, my good friend Charlie W1309. Was that right? I think so. Sorry, Charlie. And Tanuki. You 3 gave me the life to get me to affiliate. So big shout out to you guys. You are amazing. So my first few series. So after Red Dead, me and my good friend Carson went our separate ways. Not because we fell out or anything, but just because he stopped streaming and I wanted to continue it. So I moved on to my first single player series, and that was Rise of the Tomb Raider with Lara Croft. And it was a hit, as much as a hit could be when you're starting out. I had a good average of about 2 viewers, but that was enough to tilt me over the edge and keep me actively engaged. The people who'd come by were very quick to chat and were really friendly, and that is a great thing to have with you and a great resource if you have anyone wanting to come in. So that's something I found. If you have an active chat with people talking, people feel more welcome to talk as well, which is really nice. My other series was Dead by Daylight, which, if you don't know, I don't really play anymore because I got burnout. However, it was a really fun series. I enjoyed playing it. I got actually quite good at the game. No flexing, I guess, but I was all right. And playing it in Nostalgia Week again was pretty fun because I haven't played it since I stopped streaming it. But it was a great game to sort of get me started into the stream world. It was quite popular. You had some people just coming in randomly. And it was great for boosting sort of chatting, and it's an easy game to commentate on, I found. Rise of the Tomb Raider was sometimes quite hard to commentate on for 2 hours at a time, because I usually stream in those sorts of chunks, but you could do longer or less if that's what you feel like. I respect people who go for a lot longer. I know a lot of streamers who do it because it works for them. Whereas I prefer to do in shorter, manageable streams, and usually I'd stream before work, so I'd only have a little bit of time. But yeah, so DBD and Red Dead and Lara Croft were my starting series, and I am quite proud of them. Sadly, they have all been lost to the ages, apart from 2 Dead by Daylight videos that are on YouTube and have been highlighted on Twitch. But I did not know what highlighting was with Rise of the Tomb Raider, so it was lost to time. So the first series that I highlighted properly, and is my first fully uploaded series, is XCOM 2. Now, this was a big series for the channel and was really where I think it started to take root, I guess. So XCOM was the introduction of Ben. Now, Ben has been a great rock for me during my streaming journey, and is someone I really look up to as a streamer. Thanks to XCOM 2, I got a massive boost of viewers. People were coming in who I'd never seen before, both random and from different Discords that I was in, and it was a really fun experience. The streams, though, I did some co-streams with Ben, and they were hugely popular, because I think me and Ben together are a pretty good mix. And I was really proud of it, and it is still on YouTube and Twitch if people want to go and watch it. I highly recommend checking it out because I love it, so if I love it, maybe you will too. But each their own. It's a very unique sort of game. But I was really happy with it, and I think it was probably when my streaming in Chapter 1 was at its best, was in XCOM 2. Actually, no, there is another series that comes after, which I think was my peak streaming, and is something I'll be talking about that more in a minute. But yeah, so XCOM 2 was a big turning point for the channel. I hit affiliate whilst playing XCOM 2, and it was a really exciting time. I had so many plans and ideas for where I could take the channel, and this was it, the start. So I began, and I'd crossed over 100 followers, I think, by the time I hit affiliate. So I was heading towards 200, and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and on to the next series. Now, the next few series, there was a lot of different ones, so I don't have time to mention them all, but there were some really good ones that I enjoyed, and a key takeaway, I think, to take off when you're especially starting on early is get to know other streamers. Not just for follow or like for like or view for view, because that doesn't work. But actually get to know people. Go into people's streams, talk to them. I did, especially with the Discord, the Dragons. If you are interested in joining that, let me know, and I will send you a link if I can, or I'll put you in contact with people who can let you join or give you the Facebook page or whatever. But they're a really good group and they're really welcoming, so I highly recommend giving them a check out if you haven't already. So I joined the Dragons, and this was actually in Rise of the Tomb Raider, but you talk to people much like I did with Ash, you become friends, and then it was really nice to see them come in and be able to talk to them whilst I was streaming, and it made me feel a lot better having those people near me and being able to support me, and that was really cool. So I highly recommend, if you're new to streaming and don't know where to start, look around the internet, find some communities to join. Be wary of the ones that you join, because I was in a few bad ones to start with who were doing sort of follow for follow or weren't very friendly towards new people and had a lot of restrictions on it. But if you if you join the Dragons or Discords like that, you will be more than okay. So that's my big takeaway from my starting few weeks and month and just hitting affiliate is network. I unfortunately don't have the time to do that anymore, and I think it's probably a big big strategic hole in where my streaming journey is at the moment. But with uni and everything, there's only so little that I can do. But if I could do more, I absolutely would, because I've met some really great friends through networking, and I swear by it as a great strategy to get you off the ground. But do it for the best reasons. Like, do it to help other people. Watch streamers that you like, talk to them in their streams. Don't just do it because you expect anything in return, because you might not get anything, and you can't be upset with people who don't check you out, because life's busy, man. So that's networking, but we're going to go on to another big series that was very important to me, and that's Subnautica. Now, sadly, I didn't finish this game because, like DBD, I got burnt out, but I did meet a really great member of my community, and that is Doggy Lover, otherwise Steve. I don't know if he'll ever watch this, but he was the first person to just come in randomly on one stream and decide to stick around for a long time. In almost every series, in almost every stream, I always see his smiley, happy face. So big shout out to Steve. He's a lovely guy. But he came in Subnautica, so that series will always hold a special place in my heart. But we go through a few other series. I did Shadow of the Tomb Raider and some other stuff that was really cool. And then we settle on my favorite series that we did last summer, I think, and that was Undertale. Now, a lot of people in my community loved Undertale because it was just silly. I was able to do voices and other fun things for the characters that I hadn't been able to do before. And there is games out there that I really want to do this again for. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But it was probably the best series I've ever done. And like XCOM, it is all uploaded for you to watch if you want to. And I mean, it's just a testament to the amazing game that it is, that I could turn it into something really cool that the community loved. So, Undertale, you hold a very special place in my heart for being the first series that I had probably the most fun in, and will probably hold that title for a very long time. But it was really cool. Now, the other really big series in Chapter 1 was Arc. We did Arc Story Mode. Me, Ben, and Charlie were the main people in it, but we had people that we'd never met before, so Chelsea, Luke, and a few other people come in and help defeat the bosses and work through it, and it was a lot of fun. Working with the community to build our own server and our own tribes. It didn't always go smoothly, to say the least, but it was a really fun series, and the starting few episodes really were fun. And I think that's where Arc's strengths are, is its base game. Going to the other maps and stuff wasn't as fun, and you can sort of tell by the end of the series that I'm kind of getting done with Arc, but I was determined to finish it, and we managed to get it done. So, like the other two, it is worth checking out if you want some good co-streams with me and Ben, and also Charlie's there, and he's not on too many streams, so that's always worth it if you're a fan of him. But by now, the idea of an Echoverse was starting to take form, and that is when I got round to doing the Echo Chamber Discord. We have Mr. Key thing, but I will be going back to that in a minute. The Echo Chamber Discord is something that I'm still working on today and making really good, but thanks to the help of Tanuki, we've started being able to piece together an actual community. A bunch of great people from all around the globe coming together to just talk now and then, talk about games and stuff like that. And that's really cool, and it's something that I'm really proud of. If you're watching this and haven't joined it, then please do click the link. We're a very welcoming community, if a bit quiet sometimes, but if you have something to say, then someone will definitely answer you. And that's something I'm really proud of. It's not just me running it, there's a lot of different people and a great admin team behind me who are helping make this Discord a real fun place to be. So Echo Chamber, shout out to you. But we swiftly hit 200 followers, and that's when I did my face reveal. Now, it was a video that I was pretty proud of, you know. I still had my really long lockdown haircut. I had glasses and a suit on to look proper pro, and everyone called me posh after it. But that was during Batman Arkham Origins, and it was really fun. It was good vibes. It was really good video, and it's something that I was really proud to do. I hadn't done any of these proper videos before, so to edit it together and make it into something that I thought was really cool, the community really enjoyed it, and it was talked about for quite a while by loads of different people. So I was very glad to have done that, and I will play a snippet, I'm sure, over this if I can find it. But it was a very funny video, in my opinion, and it's something that I'm really proud of as a thing. And then next, we're going to be talking about shortcomings and a few failures, because we talked about year one's strengths, and I think there's a lot of takeaways that I can think, you know what, I wouldn't change how I did that. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Sure, there was a few ups and downs, but that is life. But the next are things that I'd probably change. So here we go. Okay, so year one came to, or chapter one came to a swift end when I went on a break. Now, this break was probably the biggest killer of my Twitch that I have chosen to do. Now, I'm not saying that breaks are bad, because they're not, and I felt really refreshed when I came back. Did I? I'll talk about that more later. But I took a break for a good month, and that was when I started chapter 2, and I was really excited to get back into it. However, the reason for my break was because I was burnt out of streaming. I was doing streams that I didn't really enjoy, playing games that I really didn't enjoy, and it really let the side down. So, to name 3, Outer Worlds, Evil Within, and End of Arc, I guess. I know I just talked about how much I like Arc, but towards the end I was definitely getting burnt out of it. These 3 put together were sort of spelling the doom end of it. I think all of us were getting burnt out of Arc, not just because it was still a lot of fun and it was a great series, but it was exceptionally long. I think there's 14 episodes in that, and these were like 2-hour long streams, so that's like 28 hours of streaming content, and that does not even make up for the fact we were playing it every day to like get streams ready and thinking of new ideas and stuff. And I knew it was a heavy toll on all 3 of us. Charlie was the first to like go, I don't really want to do this anymore, and then Ben, he didn't really say that, but I think we both knew that it was kind of coming to an end. So we sort of just all were like, I'm ready for this to end. So whilst I love the experience and I would definitely want to do another Arc series in the future, I think it was not a good end. The other 2, I just plain up did not enjoy streaming. Outer Worlds was the biggest killer, I think, because I let people pick it, which, I mean, it's not anyone's fault. I left it as an option, but there was other options that I definitely wanted to play more. I can't remember what they were, but I chose to go against it and give people the option. And I think that's a very dangerous thing for a streamer to do, because for me, and I learned this a lot in recent months, if you want to stream something, stream it. Doesn't matter about the views, doesn't matter about anything else. If you enjoy it, play it. And people who like the same thing will find you and they'll enjoy your streams too, because that's the energy that you're going to bring to it. So I didn't do that, and as a result, I really found streaming to be a chore. Evil Within was when it was at its worst, and I knew that I needed to take a break. I know people enjoyed it, and I enjoyed playing Resident Evil 7 when Mick came in. Actually, I didn't mention that earlier. Mick came in Resident Evil 7, which is why I actually played Evil Within, because I was like, the horror franchise is great. I love playing horror games because Mick helped make Resident Evil 7 was one of the most enjoyable series that I've played on my channel, so I did really enjoy it. But it was definitely not a good idea to play Evil Within after I stopped enjoying it. But I wanted to push through and have the complete series, but I didn't highlight it or keep it because I realized that the streams were kind of crap. There was a few good ones, and there was a few ones that got really high viewers, but unfortunately, it just wasn't the game for me. So I think it was a mistake to continue with these series, but I tried to push on, and as a result, I think I was left with no choice but to give it up. So I took a long break for a month and didn't come back. And, it was not a great idea, and I wish I hadn't have done it. I wish I'd pushed through and just reset a little bit, started resetting the channel. I did try. I became a full-on Apex streamer sometime. Oh no, this was in chapter 2. Now I'll continue that in a second. So after the break, we came back to chapter 2, and I was excited for a week. I played Mass Effect Legendary Edition and Twin Mirror, and pretty soon I was burnt out again. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, sort of after Mass Effect 1, I was like, I just don't want to stream it. And I think I had a big expectation again with viewer numbers and stuff like that. And by this, streaming had become a very much numbers game for me. And it is my biggest regret that I'd let it get like that. But I was like, damn, this isn't doing well. I really want it to do well. And then I'd get frustrated and I'd be annoyed with myself. And that's not a good place to be. Definitely not if you're streaming something that you're enjoying, because you should just be enjoying it, not worrying about numbers, which is where I'm at now. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, that is my biggest regret when streaming. So I think when I came to uni and I'd started my Life is Strange True Colors playthrough, and again was still focused on numbers, I just didn't put it in. I was like, well, life's pretty busy at the moment, and I wasn't really enjoying it anyway, so I'm just going to take an extended break and not pick up the camera, not pick up the mic for however long I feel like I want to take off. And it sort of went out of my mind for a while. I forgot I'd done streaming. I left the Discord alone, which I think in itself quieted that down a little bit. And I just ceased to be the Twisted Echo. I stopped talking to a few of my streaming friends, and it was a sad time, actually. I think I actually did miss streaming quite a lot, but I just didn't want to pick up the mic and camera again. And that was really sad. So I took basically 4 months off, and that was all because of burnout. So I think the biggest takeaway from this is stream what you love, because if you don't, you're not going to enjoy it, your viewers are not going to enjoy it, and then you might even give up the ghost forever. Luckily, I didn't, and here I am making new content, and that is where I'm going to talk about next. So, on to year 2. Okay, so on to year 2, or what I call the actual chapter 2. And that started when I picked up the camera once again in January of this year. And I began doing the Echoverse Unlimited Show. I began doing things that I've really wanted to do since I started streaming. So a podcast was one. This isn't really a podcast, but it's a similar sort of structure, I think. So I think that's really cool. So that's number 1. Number 2 is reviews, specifically game reviews. So with the recent Guardians of the Galaxy review, I'm really excited about that. That's really cool, and it's something that I've probably wanted to do, and editing them and stuff like that, especially the Echoverse Unlimited Show editing. Whilst it's a lot of energy and time, it's something I really enjoy doing. So that's great. And group movie reviews, and movie reviews in general, but especially group ones. And thanks to Alex and Alex, I've been able to do that, and I think they're a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed doing that. And mixing the two together, because I still highlight and upload every stream that I do, and I think that's a lot of fun. I still have Twitch exclusive series, and I have YouTube exclusive series. So whatever you watch me on, you're going to have some exclusive content unless you watch me on both. Hint. But It's a really fun part of this journey, and I am actually, and I said this on stream at the end of the Before the Storm stream, which should have come out yesterday. It's probably been, or it probably is, my favorite time being a creator. And whilst it may not be doing as well viewership wise, because I'm playing Life is Strange Remastered, especially, does not have the viewer counts that Dead by Daylight, Undertale Arc has, but it is a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying doing it. They're longer streams. I'm just sitting here for hours talking about it, and that's something I'm really grateful to be able to do. So, yeah, it's a great thing. And I have so many plans for where I want to take the channel. The Skyrim series, I keep delaying it because I want it to be as cool as possible. I want to be able to up my editing skills, being able to properly do machinima. So we're going to look at doing some of that with the ESO series that's going to be coming up soon. And slowly but surely, as we go into the summer, it's going to take over a new thing, especially on YouTube. There's going to be some exciting things forward. And I want to put some streaming stuff, some new streaming ideas and stuff, an exclusive Twitch series down. I'm thinking of doing an Apex Noob to Master, which Cole actually suggested, and I think that's a great idea. And there's just a lot of I'm excited for the first time in a very long time to stream, and I don't know where it's going to take me, but I'm so excited to find out. And that is something that I wake up and go, right, I need to do this. I'm starting to get into a proper routine, a schedule, and whilst that may all change with as uni does, and I am going to have to take a break in the summer because I will be going abroad for 9 weeks, I think it is. That will probably be good for me to be able to come away from streaming. But I'm going to try and get some videos that I can upload on the fly or re-uploads and stuff and keep people engaged, and I'll still be in the Discord and stuff. But I'm really excited for what's to come. So the biggest takeaways from my journey so far is stream what you love is the most important thing. It doesn't matter about viewer count, and I know it may feel like you're not making progress, and you might finish a stream and go, what's the point in doing it? And I'll tell you, you are doing this for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else. You're doing this to build confidence, to make your commentary seem better. And whilst it may be hard to stream to an empty room, trust me, it makes it a hell of a lot easier when people inevitably come and swing by and watch you. Twitch is a big platform. YouTube is an even bigger one. And you will always find that people will watch your stuff. And it may take a while. Be patient with it. Don't chase numbers. Play what you want. If you love the big games that get the big viewers, like I love Apex, and that typically is my highest watched content, because there's more people who enjoy it, it's easier to commentate on. It's usually a co-stream, so there's people with me who I like talking the entire time. Then you're gonna be fine. But if you like playing the small indie games like me and Undertale or me and Life is Strange, then do that. Enjoy it. Make this journey yours. And I think that's the most important thing. You don't have to invest in the best camera. You don't have to have a ring light. You don't have to have a good mic. All you need is the Twitch Lightstream app. Twitch, and I'd recommend Lightstream. It was pretty good for me until you can get like a capture card and something like that much further down the line. But yeah, all you need is a Twitch app on Xbox and a dream and passion. God, that sounds so preachy and hippie. But honestly, just make this journey yours, because it's the best one that you'll decide to take. And it's something that I look back and go, I'm damn proud of that. And I know I said I'd change some stuff, and I would, but I would not change the day that I decided to sit down, play Red Dead Redemption 2, and start shouting at random strangers online. Because that was the beginning of something really awesome. So there you have it. The end of Echoverse Unlimited Show number 8. And I'm very grateful for you that you stuck around and watched this. It was a very special episode to me, talking about everything, and I think it was very healthy to get all of my thoughts on my streaming journey out in a good way. So it's all structured, and you can watch this and see how I'm truly feeling about streaming. And like I said, I'm really enjoying it at the moment. And it's something new and unique in YouTube that I'm personally finding the most satisfying to release. However, that being said, you probably sat there and think, what is the reward for sitting through this? And I am happy to oblige. But I'm not going to reveal it until I've done my outro. So just sit there, watch for a few more or a minute, and then we will be done. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy, subscribe and join the Echoverse for more content from me, and click the links below to join the Echo Chamber Discord. Follow me on Twitter, because who doesn't want to hear my opinion on absolutely everything? And of course, follow me on Twitch, because that's where you can catch me the most. That being said, I hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday and a great week, and I will see you on the next video or stream. Stay noisy, and without further ado, here is the Twisted Echo channel trailer. Who's a good dolphin? Yeah, you're a good dolphin. Whoa! Hello and welcome to my channel. I am the Twisted Echo. Thank you for checking me out, even though I'm not live. Caught me by surprise there. But I'm going to roll some clips so that you know what to truly expect from my channel. And if you like what you see, then I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a follow and came by one of my future streams, where I can hopefully actually talk to you without being embarrassed. Until that day comes, I hope you look after yourself and most importantly, stay noisy. Thank you and enjoy the clips. Goodbye. That is meat just sizzling on the grill.
Why, I do have a right piece of meat. It is a rock. How many ammo do I? Oh. No way. I wanna take you there.